welcome to today's video. Let me get you positioned maybe a little bit better. Okay, so today's just going to be a chit-chat video, hungover edition, as I make my electrolyte drink to help with the hangover and eat some food. Oh, I didn't grab Advil. Okay, I'll just take some Tylenol from I'll be back. I'm going to go grab some Advil real quick. Back with the Tylenol, or the Advil. So, today's chit-chat video is all about being in your early 20s, in college, and being married. And for me, living in my in-laws' house. And how all of that just kind of changes everything for you. So, being in college already is hard enough, or even being married already has its own set of difficulties, because as you're getting married and you're getting to know your partner and so on and so forth, it kind of is harder when you can't necessarily prioritize your marriage because both of you are in school. So when we first got married, I was the only one in college. I was a sophomore in college. I finished my first semester of my sophomore year. And then we got married. And then Logan didn't start school until my senior year. So he started last year. So he is now a sophomore. And it's kind of changed how being married has been. Because now we can't just solely focus on us. Oh, we're both home. Let's spend time with one another. It's, you have that assignment due. I have this assignment due. Let's find a way to do this together. So we'll always put like something on the TV. Because we both do well with working with something going on in the background. So we'll put on like Harry Potter or something like that while we both do our homework. Which is nice. It works out. But, you know, it's just not the same with prioritizing your time together. And it gets easier when I've completed more of my assignments because I work so far ahead. So the first month of school is usually pretty hard for us because I'm constantly doing homework. And he's the kind of person that he waits until it's due to actually do it. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. So we have very different things. And it makes it difficult because I want to try to help him and be like, hey, if you do it ahead of time, you're not going to be so stressed out. Because you have 7 assignments due. And you don't have time to do it because you waited until 3 hours before you have to go to work, and you will get home after it's already due, kind of thing. So it's kind of where we struggle, but we'll eventually get through it. We're working through it now. But then living in the in-laws house makes it even harder because we don't have our own space. So it's not like he's going to go off and do his homework somewhere else while I can relax in our bedroom. It's all right there. Or we can't both be doing our homework in one room and then, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go relax in our bedroom while you finish up, or I'm going to make us food. We really don't have that ability very much. So it makes it very difficult, especially when you add in making time for family. Whole nother ball game. Because we live with them, his family, but we don't do a whole lot with them. Because they're always busy. They're always doing the stuff. The kids never want to be with everybody else. So it definitely makes it more difficult, to say the least. But just kind of how it is. And with my side of the family, I see my dad pretty regularly. Well, somewhat regularly when he comes in to the museum and sees me. Or I have something I have to go to his house. Or we talk on the phone, we text. Same thing with my sister. And now my sister is moving in with my dad. And her husband's moving in with my dad. And they're about to have a baby they're taking care of. So it's like a whole bunch of stuff. So their lives are going to be more complicated. So every time I see my dad, I'll see them. So I'll see them more often. But it's definitely not an easy thing to balance. Being like, hey, I need to make time for my family. I also need to take time for me, take time for my husband, take time for his family, take time for school. Like, I just feel like there's never any rest time, really. So a lot of times, mine and Logan's time together is us laying in bed watching something or playing video games because it's the only time that we can really rest. And we both kind of feel that, especially working alternate work schedules, kind of. He works in the evenings. I work from the morning to the evening usually, so it makes it difficult, but we're managing, and it's not always going to be this hard, I know that. When we have our own place, it'll be easier. When we're both not in college, it'll be easier. So when I graduate with my master's, things will get better. So it's a crazy ride, but I think it'll get better with time. And obviously when we have kids, it'll get a little bit worse, but it'll go back and forth. It's never perfect, but we make it work. And I hope that any of you watching this, if you're in the same boat, it's not always going to be that hard. I know it's hard for me right now. It's hard for you right now, but it will get easier, and you find the balance between all of that while you're doing it. At first, it seems super overwhelming, and then afterwards, you're like, oh, I got this. So, it won't always be hard, I promise. But I will see you in the next video. I'm going to finish my snacks, get the museum open, all that fun stuff. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.